on Ricki Lake. Why are you no longer interested in sex?
She just doesn't attract me right now by her being pregnant.
How could you say those things?
You look beautiful. Isn't she a beautiful pregnant woman?
If she was my wife, she'd be complaining to me because I'd be doing it too much with her.
I think that if I was your girlfriend and I was lying beside you, I'd turn away too, because you are a disgusting pig.
This is the most beautiful thing in the world, is to have a baby.
Next, Ricki Lake. My guests today are torn. They say they are thrilled about being expectant parents, but when it comes to their sex lives, the thrill is gone. One woman is 8 months pregnant and her husband refuses to touch her. Another says her boyfriend's constant teasing about her weight has her totally turned off. And still another says her boyfriend's frustration with their sex life led him into the arms of another woman. The men say they too have had it with their raging hormones and sleeping on the couch. Their mates are here to face off with them and say, now that I'm pregnant, my man won't touch me, and today I want to know why. Welcome. There are many people who feel that a woman is most beautiful during pregnancy. I'm a big believer in that. We've all heard about that special glow a woman gets, but my first guest, Richard, says that glow theory just doesn't wash with him, and he should know because he's been with his wife, Leslie, through 5 pregnancies. So if she doesn't have that glow, what does she have?
Well, she just doesn't attract me right now by her being pregnant. This is, like you say, the 5th pregnancy, and I'm totally turned off by it.
You're turned off. What turns you off about it? I mean, she's carrying your 5th baby.
I know, well, just the way that she looks and the changes that she goes through. Also, her attitude makes her very ugly by the way that she, talks to me.
How does she talk to you?
Oh, she has a very, very bad attitude.
What does she say to you? Give us an example.
Every little thing that I do, she goes off on me, and she just complains about everything. And it's just totally turned me off. I don't have no desire to even be around her at all.
You don't call her names at all, do you, Richard?
Oh, I might say a few things, but I don't say as many things
What
as she says
are a couple of those things that you say to her?
Oh, I done called her, I might have called her, I've called her a penguin before, because she got a little wobble walk, And, I've called her, big bellies, things like that,
And I understand that her skin gets darker,
yeah,
so
right around her neck, she gets real black, right? Every time she gets pregnant, and,
You have a lovely nickname for her. You call her...
What'd she tell you I called her?
Let's see. You call her Dark Vader.
I basically just be clowning, you know what I'm saying, just to get in,
But have you ever thought that it might not be funny to her?
Oh yeah, yes, I have thought about it, and I do try to control myself, but
because coming from someone who's also in your woman's position,
right.
I feel more insecure now because I'm getting heavier.
Right.
I need my husband to tell me how beautiful I am. If he was calling me names and telling me how fat I am,
right.
I mean, that's going to make me feel this big, when in fact I'm this big,
Right.
You need to support her.
Yeah, I would support her, like I said, but she comes at me and she's always, arguing with me and getting on my nerve about different things and stuff, and I just can't...
What about the sex situation?
Well, ain't nothing happening right now, you know what I'm saying?
You're not getting any.
Well, I'm really not. I'm not turned on by it, once in a while I can get off into it, but it's really hard for me to get off into it with her looking the way, especially with her being...
All right, should we see how she looks? Yeah! All right, let's meet her. Leslie, come on out. you right there and say, you look beautiful. Isn't she a beautiful pregnant woman? For having 5 kids? Leslie, what do you say to your man?
How could you say those things? How could you say those things?
Oh, well, you know I be saying those little things like that. You know, so you ain't got to get upset right now, though.
What things in particular are you talking about?
You called me Darth Vader, Penguin.
Right.
After I am bearing a child for you, this is the most beautiful thing in the world, is to have a baby. And
I understand, but you know that you also have a very bad attitude.
I can't help that.
And you
I'm
started
going
you
through.
even tripping right now a little bit.
My hormones are really, they're not intact.
Right.
Okay. It's hard being pregnant. I wish you could experience it.
I know.
Yes, ma'am. What do you want to say?
I want to know, if you can't stand the changes she going through, why don't you put a condom on at night?
I don't mess with her.
Yes, and he's obviously been attracted to her at least 5 times, right?
Right.
We have a comment on the street. Yes, friendly pedestrian. What do you want to say?
Richard,
Yeah.
you say you touched her for 5 times in order to get her pregnant, and now that she's pregnant, you say you can't put up with her? You're lucky she puts up with you. You're not the one who has to walk around for 9 months with all that extra weight. And Leslie, I just want to say you look so good. Yo, keep your head up, get rid of him, and go your way. You go, girl.
Yes, sir. What do you want to say?
Just a comment, really. I just want to let this lady know that she's very beautiful, and if she was my wife, she'd be complaining to me because I'd be doing it too much with her.
Whoa! Very nice.
Thank you.
But Richard, you've gone so far as to cheat with other women during her pregnancies.
Well, yeah, I haven't cheated on this pregnancy right here, but I have.
You have in the past.
Huh?
You have in the past.
Oh, yeah, I have in the past, yes. You know
Yes,
I have,
sir.
so don't
Richard, his brothers like me look to you for inspiration. When I have a child one day, I want to be able to say I had a mentor for that.
Right.
And by the way, sister, you're the most seductive, beautiful woman I ever saw right now. And you wear that pregnancy well. And you too, Ricky.
Thank you very much. Boy, that tall, dark, handsome man knows just what to say. Yes, ma'am. Stand up.
Just like to say, was he like this in the first pregnancy, or is it just the last one?
Has this happened since your first child?
Yes, it has.
Why would you
first
continue to
child
have
was
children
cool.
with him then?
I was cool with the first time.
Excuse me?
Why would you continue to have children with him? If this is the way he treats you during your pregnancy, why would you have more
Well,
kids with this man?
I just thought it was a phase at the first time. You know, he would get over it.
What about the second and third time?
What about the... Excuse me?
What about, are you blaming her for these
Well,
pregnancies?
yeah, I do blame her a lot because, see, before she was taking, no, on the real, she was taking birth control pills, right? And, you know, she would take her birth control pills, but when she would run out, you know, she wouldn't, I guess she wouldn't go restore, get some more of them. You
But
know what I'm
isn't
saying?
it your responsibility too? I mean,
Not
you
if
are the father.
Not if I'm thinking that she's on birth control pills.
But
and
you
I'm
need to talk about it with her and make sure that
That's-
she is.
well,
Or you know what? Double up and use a condom. If you didn't want to bring a child into this world, there are ways to protect yourself. And you are beautiful. Leslie, you're gorgeous. Next up, she says the only time her boyfriend touches her lately is when he goes to pinch the extra fat around her pregnant waistline, and she wants to know why their sex life is suffering. That's up next. Oh, Michael. Explain yourself.
Ain't getting it at home, might as well get it somewhere else.
Have you been so guilt-ridden by the affair you've been having that you want to end it? Or have you ended it and want to come clean to the person you really love in a safe environment? If so, you could be a guest. Call 1-800-GO-RICKY. You must be 18 or older to call.
I'm pregnant, and my husband thinks we're hurting the baby by having sex. What can I do?
You're not hurting the baby at all. The only time you have to be careful about having sex when you're pregnant is the first 3 months. So enjoy, and remember, the woman gets to choose the position.
be talking to you later. Well, my next guest, Alexandra, says she doesn't have to worry about that particular problem because in the 5 months of her pregnancy, her boyfriend, Steven, has barely touched her. And when he does, it's to tease her about the weight she's put on. Is that true?
Yes, very much.
So you no longer have sex?
We do, but maybe once every 2 weeks. And when we do, it's, thank you, I'm done, you know, that's it. He gets his. And
now, why do you think that is?
Because he's, I don't know, he's really hard to explain, but at times he sits there and, you know, he's all lovey-dovey, and then he just doesn't want to touch me. And when we go walking, he used to put his hands in my back pocket. Now he just touches my side and just puts his hand there, and it hurts.
It hurts. I mean, he says some really hurtful things. He says if you gain more than 50 pounds, he's breaking up with you.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine my husband ever saying anything like that. I mean, that's absurd. This is out of your control. Whatever happens to your body, whether you get stretch marks or anything, that's out of your control.
Yeah.
Are you ready to confront your boyfriend?
Yeah.
And find out what's really going on? Steven, come on out. Steven! How could you say those things to the woman that is carrying your child and that you supposedly love?
Well, I never said nothing like that. I never said that I was going to break up with her if she gained 50 pounds.
Oh, that's what it says on my little card here. And I wouldn't have this on my card if you didn't tell my producer that.
I didn't tell the producer that. She did.
You didn't tell me that?
I never.
You didn't tell me?
I never told her if she gained 50 pounds, I'd break up with her. Because that's not right. That's not fair. Because she's pregnant. I mean, that's not right.
Okay, why aren't you interested in sex anymore?
Her attitude. Just the way she talks. She's like, we'll be hanging out in the house or something. She'll drop a fork and she'll get mad and attack me or something.
I mean, she gets mad. You?
She'll get mad. She'll be like, we'll be hanging out. We'll be arguing about my ex-girlfriend, which we always argue about. And the next thing you know, she'll drop a fork and it's the trigger. And then she starts swearing, calls me names, everything.
But you don't sit there and always continue to nag at me.
And it's like, what, when I come home from work because you ain't done nothing around the house?
No, you know what? No, his problem
is... You don't do anything. I work 2 jobs.
No, his problem is that I don't work, okay? I stopped working when I found out I was pregnant,
You
okay?
ain't never worked, period.
No, I didn't work.
You ain't work, period.
I didn't work.
You have 4 jobs in 2 months and a total of 7 days work. What's that, work?
Okay.
So you're saying you took off time from work, Alexandra, so that you could be healthy during this pregnancy and get enough rest and make sure you take care of yourself.
Yeah, but I quit my job because when I found out I was pregnant, I couldn't deal with all the stress. And then I come home, and I mean, he sits there and he makes everybody think he is so perfect. Like, he brought a guest with him today, don't even know who I am. I've only met him like 3 times. Explain that. He don't even know me.
Alexandra,
he works with you.
He does
Alexandra,
know you.
what does this do to you? What does this do to your
2 o'clock at night,
self-esteem when he's
you're
constantly pointing out how much weight you've gained and touching your middle and stuff? What does that do to you?
It hurts. I mean, I cried earlier, but I mean, it doesn't seem to faze him. I think he's only still with me.
Well, you need to communicate with him. What do you want him to know about what you're going through?
It hurts. I mean, you know it hurts. I cry all the time about it. You know I do. I mean, there isn't nothing more I can say to you. I told you, you know, don't stay with me because I'm pregnant with your child. I can do it. And then I tell him that, and he knows it.
Do you suspect that he's cheating on you? Do you think that he's cheating on you?
Oh, every girl that I've met up in New York is because he looks at them. When we just moved up here from Virginia, and I met this girl named, and he stares at her. He used to stare at her and be like, what are you staring at? Oh, nothing. Well, come to find out, I met her and became friends with her. And she used to sit there all the time. He used to stare at her. He stared at her so hard one time, she had to literally flick him off, and it was...
Steven, are you cheating on her?
Never. Never would I. Never would I.
Okay. We have a comment on the street. Yes, what do you want to say?
Steven, personally, I think that you and Richard need to show respect for your girlfriends or your wives. Richard, she had babies by you, 4 babies, 5 babies. Have respect for her. Don't make fun of her. Steven, the same thing. You have an ex-girlfriend or whatever. That does not need to get into all these conversations. My boyfriend showed me respect when I was pregnant, and I think that you two should show respect to them.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am. What do you want to say? Hello.
Hey, the first couple there, Steven, that's his name?
No, Richard.
Richard, I'm sorry. You have some nerve calling her Dark Invader. It was Mrs. Goodbar when you was getting it, right? Suppose she called you. Suppose she called you bar none or nothing honey, she wouldn't be in that position she's in now. So you should be grateful for, you know, what you gave her and go on with your life and continue to keep on doing it and cut out the name calling because it's not good at all.
I'm very grateful.
You're very grateful. Would you like this opportunity to tell her how grateful you are?
She knows I'm grateful. You know I love you.
You don't show it.
We all need to hear it, don't we?
You don't show it.
I'm listening.
You know, at this point in time, this is the 5th child I'm having for you.
Right.
You should have
Kiss the ground you're walking on, honey.
Treat me like a queen. You should pamper me.
We're listening, Richard.
Oh, I love her. I respect her. But, you know, sometimes, like I say, she does get on my nerves.
It's not easy, baby. It's not easy being pregnant.
I know. Well, I don't know.
And, you know, you can't expect me to look like a beauty queen or a supermodel. I mean, what do you expect?
But I think you do. You do look like a beauty queen.
Well, you know, it's hard for me to believe that.
You got to start believing it. Don't listen to what he's saying and just look in the mirror and know that you're a beautiful woman.
And I see the changes that I go through when I'm pregnant. And it's a
I know, I relate too because, you know, having lost all this weight, now I'm putting weight on. I mean, it's definitely a process that you have to go through, but you have to keep reminding yourself that you're gaining this weight for a positive reason.
Right.
Yes.
Hi, I don't understand these men, you know, because I'm about 8 weeks pregnant and I gained my 10 pounds. And my boyfriend can't wait to bounce me and his baby around. Yo, I can't understand y'all men. You know, y'all supposed to...
Okay, how often are you getting it, honey?
Every night.
Every night? I'm not even getting it every night.
It's fun. It's really fun.
Next up, he's fed up because his girlfriend's pregnancy has meant nothing but lonely, loveless nights on the couch. But she says he's lucky he's not sleeping outside. They're going to face off next. On the next, Ricki Lake. Your daughter thinks she's old enough to be on her own. She wants to be emancipated.
She's too young. She can't even hold a job.
I can have a job if my dad would leave me the hell alone.
When I get emancipated, if I get emancipated, I'm not going nowhere. I'm still be going to school.
Let him take responsibility for the things he does do right and wrong.
Just because you're 14 and 16 years old don't mean you can't make it on your own.
So you got it all figured out, Danielle. Next, Ricki Lake.
My wife is pregnant. What can I do to convince her she's still beautiful no matter how much weight she gains?
You tell her she's not fat, she is pregnant, and that she's giving you the most wonderful gift that anybody has ever given you, and tell her every single day with your arms around her.
Stephanie is 8 months pregnant with her 3rd child, and she's the first one to admit that her interest in sex has declined drastically. And she says that the reasons for the change in her sex drive are no mystery. So this is a different situation. It's not about the guys here, it's about the woman. Why are you no longer interested in sex?
Oh, because he cheated on me. I caught him cheating on me. Well, I actually tricked him into telling me he cheated on me.
Now, how'd you trick him into telling you?
Well, he was out late one night with my brother in East Dubuque, and he came back at 3:45 in the morning, and I asked him why he was home, why he was gone so late, and he said he had to make sure my brother got home to his apartment because he couldn't walk. Well, he told me he dropped him off in the cab, and then the cab brought him back. Well, then the next day when my brother came down, he said that Mike had helped him up the stairs and had stayed with him a little bit, and then took a cab back. I'm like, wait a minute here, something's not right.
It's 2 different stories here.
So finally I got a little bit out of him, but he admitted, and then my sister-in-law came over and told me, I guess her husband was,
oh, you don't need to really get into it, but the truth is she found out.
Yeah, she told me that the girl had told her he had did it. They had done it. They were sleeping, they had slept together at my brother's house.
And how many months pregnant were you at this time?
Oh, this was 2 or 3 months ago.
This was 2 or 3 months ago. This is, you were very pregnant at that point. So, what do you want to say to him today?
I'm fed up with it. That's the reason why he isn't getting it. He knows it, but he thinks that it's a big joke, and I don't.
This is not funny.
It's not funny,
All right,
no.
let's meet your boyfriend and talk to him. Michael, come on out. Oh, Michael. Explain yourself.
Ain't getting it at home, might as well get it somewhere else.
Oh, you weren't? Oh, okay.
Well, I'll tell you why you shouldn't. Maybe because you're committed to this woman. She's carrying your child, and that's a few reasons right there why you shouldn't go get it somewhere else. It's dangerous in the 90s. It's disrespectful to the woman carrying your child. I can go on and on and on. Stop me, Michael. What do you want to say?
We go to bed at night. I lay next to her, and she faces that way.
Oh, okay.
Well, maybe it's because
I
of what
do.
you did. Maybe it's because you cheated on her.
Yeah, but that was in the past.
So what?
2 months in the past.
That's...
Yes,
And the time before, maybe?
I just want to know if any of you were planning on getting married anytime soon.
No.
You are.
Yeah.
You no longer want to marry him?
Well, he wonders why when he asked me to marry him, I laugh at him and say, are you serious?
I mean, I'm concerned, Stephanie, what has this done to your self-esteem? I mean, this is the third child you're having now. Doesn't it make you feel just like nothing?
Yeah, because he's ignorant to me. I mean, like, I don't give it to you, you're full of...
All right, okay. You can use another adjective, maybe. Yes, ma'am.
I think that if I was your girlfriend and I was lying beside you, I'd turn away too, because you are a disgusting pig.
She said it, I didn't, Michael.
Yeah.
You call her fat. You call her names.
Yeah, I do.
Why?
Because I get pissed off.
You get angry.
Yeah.
All right, we have a comment on the street. Yes, hi, what do you want to say?
Hi, Michael. First of all, you shouldn't be cheating on your wife because this baby is a part of you, okay? You should be a man and show her a little love and respect. And you know what? You should even give sex a try because it might be even better with a pregnant woman.
Ooh, thank you. Yes.
Hi, I just want to say, you had 3 kids by him. Why y'all keep having these babies and y'all know how they doing you? I don't understand. I blame y'all.
Wait, you blame her for this?
Yeah, they keep having the babies. They know how these men is treating them, and they just keep getting pregnant over and over again. Why?
That I've invested this much time, energy, and children, might as well stay with them.
Yeah,
Wait.
So much time.
But do these little children see Daddy treating Mommy the way he is?
I don't treat her that. I don't treat her that bad. It's
You
not
treat
like
me bad when I'm pregnant.
You know, I might clown a little bit. You know, that gets me. You know, but I'm not no abusive person, nothing like that. You know.
But what you're doing is abusive.
You are mentally abusive.
I want to ask Susie Landolfi, our good friend and expert in this area, has written tons of books on sex and a healthy relationship. He says he's not being abusive. What do you say?
Well, you are. And Richard, the reason you're doing this is because of your own lack of self-worth. If you liked who you are, you wouldn't need to put your wife down to make yourself feel better. And you wouldn't use women as an ego boost, and that's what you do every time you cheat. It's about your lack of self-worth. You've got to find out what makes you like you. And you know what you have to do, Leslie? You can't have children to try to keep your man with you. He won't be what you want him to be. You can't do that to yourselves, and it's not fair to the children either. Michael, you've tried it now 5 times, okay? You need to take care of you now. You need to know that you're wonderful.
Well, yeah, this is it. I'm having my tubes tied after this baby.
Instead of you having the tubes tied, why doesn't he get himself fixed? Vasectomy with a capital V. Michael, you want to say something? Yes, Michael.
That's why I came on the show, because I want to change it. I want to get better.
You came here because you want help.
Yeah.
Susie?
Okay, then I would say the same thing for you, Stephen. Is it Stephen?
Michael.
Michael, I'm sorry. Michael. Michael, do you like who you are?
Yeah, I do.
A lot.
Yes.
You're happy with who you are. You're cheating, you're lying, and you're being mean to Stephanie. Do you like that about you?
No, I don't.
Okay, then that's the answer to that. That's what you have to work on then. Then you need to apologize to her. You have to apologize, admit that you've done something wrong in order to change. If you really want to change, we're behind you 100%. But you have to look her in the eye right now and hold her hands and apologize. You made a huge, huge mistake. Can you do that now?
Yeah.
Well, do it. Do it. Go ahead. You can do it, Michael. We're with you. Michael, we're with you. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
You can do it. Go ahead. Stephanie, help him a little. Grab his other hand. Take it. Come on.
I'm sorry, I love you.
Then why did you do it?
Loud, say it loud. We're with you.
I love you.
And I'm sorry. And I'm sorry. Give me time.
Coming up next, she says pregnancy has caused her to have an unexpected allergic reaction, and unfortunately the thing she's allergic to is her boyfriend. You'll have to hear this next story to believe it. Find out.
Alyssa, you should go home tonight, get on your knees and pray to the Lord that you got this guy in your life that really cares about you in this time of need. Because a lot of men, when they hear those words from their lady, I'm pregnant, they just take off. You should be glad he's standing by your side.
Did you sleep with another woman's man and she still can't get over it? If you want to confront her and say, I slept with your man, but get over it, honey, because I'll do it again if I want, you could be a guest. Call 1-800-GO-RICKY. You must be 18 or older to call.
What do you do when you're pregnant and your sex drive drastically changes?
Know that it's not going to last forever. And always, always make sure you get affection. Whether or not you have sex is not the point right now. Everybody needs to be touched. Everybody.
Touch me, touch me. We have a comment from a guy on the street. Yes, sir, what do you want to say?
Hey, Ricky, I have a comment.
Yes?
On behalf of all the men, because I think the women need to understand that we also go through the changes also, through the morning sickness and the cravings at late at night. I think the women should understand that we're all here together and we share the same
So
responsibility.
we should feel sorry for you because you're craving Burger King at 3 in the morning?
Yeah, I think so, because men go through a lot of changes also. We have to get used to the whole routine.
You're right, sir. You have a point, because it is a huge change for everyone in the family. Guys are going through it too. They're scared to death. My husband's scared to death of bringing a kid into the world. Thank you very much for that important comment. For my next guest, Melissa, the problem in her relationship doesn't have anything to do with her feeling fat or unattractive, and she says there is definitely no change in her boyfriend Larry's sexual response to her. The problem, she says, is that ever since she got pregnant, there's been a dramatic change in her attraction to him, and she doesn't know what to do about it. Tell us about it. You're not attracted to him anymore.
He repulses me. I don't like to look at him. I can't stand the way he eats, the way he sleeps. He sleeps with his mouth wide open.
I understand you don't like the way he smells?
No. I tell him that he smells. His breath smells.
So you're mean to him?
Oh, yeah.
Why would you be mean to the man that gave you the sperm to make this baby?
I wish I knew. Just since I've been pregnant, my hormones have been crazy. I just don't think I know how to adapt to it. I just cut him down all the time. He walks in the door 1 second, and I'd look at him and it's constantly insults all the time.
I know your hormones are whacked completely, but can you at least understand what it's like for him? Can you hold your tongue when you're about to say something mean to him? Can you hold back and just be civil to one another?
I try, and as soon as I say it, I'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, and then I'll turn around and I'll say something else.
Well, let's meet your boyfriend and talk to him. Larry, come on out here, poor guy. going to say the same thing to you that I've said to the pregnant ladies. You're a very attractive person. Why would you put up with the way she's talking to you?
It's called love.
It's called love. Melissa, do you realize what you have, the catch that you have?
I love him. I just insult him. I don't mean to do it, I just do.
What does she say to you, Larry?
What doesn't she say?
I understand she says she doesn't like your knees.
She doesn't like anything about me. I work 10 hours a day, come home, and when I come home, all I do is get insults. And it hurts me, but I don't say much to her.
You don't say much. Well, maybe you should tell her today how much it hurts you.
Poor guy.
Well, all the stuff you do say to me really does hurt me. I just don't show it. But I'll tell you one thing. I'll never leave you because I love you.
Melissa, now you're tearing up, but you have to understand that what you're saying is really hurting him. And you don't mean to hurt him. I know you love him.
I love you.
So do you want a chance to say you're sorry and that you don't mean to?
I don't mean to do it, and I know I always apologize, and then I'll turn around and I'll do it again, but I'll try
It's life.
No.
When was the last time you two made love?
3 days ago.
Oh. Larry's doing better than me. Yes.
Her name is Melissa?
Yes.
Melissa, I just want you to know that it's hard to find a guy like that nowadays, so you should hold on to him.
I will.
Definitely. And she should hold on tight. Yes, my dear.
I just wanted to know, the one in the black jumper, how far apart is your kids?
Leslie.
I have a 10-year-old, a 9-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 11-month-old.
Wow. Wow. Yes, sir. Stand up. Oh, boy. Yes.
I just want to say that I think everybody here is suffering from low self-esteem, and that, you know, pregnancy either brings people closer together or further apart, but you really need to all work on it together. And if you can do that, maybe you'll be happier.
Do you have children, sir?
No, I don't.
Because you seem to know what you're talking about. Good advice. Thank you. Oh, we have a comment from a woman on the street. Yes. Hi, ma'am. What do you want to say?
Hi, Ricky. I think that everyone should think about eating healthy, but they don't also think about the stress that the outside causes. I think that maybe the couple should resolve their conflicts because the baby can sense all the negative vibes.
You think the baby can hear all this?
Well, the baby, I mean, they say to read to the baby and everything, that they can sense it all, but I mean, I'm sure they can sense all the yelling and screaming that everyone causes.
And they should also watch the language then, right?
Definitely.
All right. Coming up next, she says her sex life during her pregnancy was 9 months of pure bliss. But in the 8 weeks since the baby was born, she says the only word to describe her sex life is dissed. Is the party permanently over? Find out when we come back.
Have you been so guilt-ridden by the affair you've been having that you want to end it? Or have you ended it and want to come clean to the person you really love in a safe environment? If so, you could be a guest. Call 1-800-GO-RICKY. You must be 18 or older to call.
Rachel says her sex life has changed drastically since she had her baby a few weeks ago. But she says that it's not her lack of interest that's the problem. Oh, what is the problem?
Let me tell you, before I had the baby, it was just every day, all the time. He would not leave me alone. And then we had sex up until the night before I had the baby.
And then what's happened since the baby?
8 weeks is too long, though.
8 weeks is too long.
At 3 weeks, I was ready, and it was like pulling teeth. It was like, come on, what is the problem?
Lonnie, what is the problem?
Nothing's really the problem. It's just I get real tired after work, and I just want a little time to relax. And then at that time, after I want to relax, she's getting mad at me because I'm not doing something she needs me to do around the house, and then I just get a little bit upset, and I don't even want to be around it.
So it puts you in a bad mood. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
like the gentleman on the street was saying, I mean, having a baby changes everybody's life. Maybe it's, you know, you're up nights with the baby, and no?
No.
That's not the case?
No. He gets 8 hours of sleep every night. I'm the one that gets hour and a half.
And you still want it?
Oh, yes.
Susie?
Rachel, why do you want to have sex so badly? Tell us the truth.
Honestly, just to let me know that he wants me.
Okay. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Did you hear what she said?
Yes.
It's not about the orgasm. It's not about the act. It's about being reassured that you still love her as her, not just the mother of your child. And you're right, you're both adjusting to the time. And trust me, he probably is tired. And please remember that men lose their sex drives when they're overtired and overstressed. Do you feel stressed right now with 2 jobs and a new baby and everything else?
One job, new baby.
One job, okay. I thought you had 2 jobs. So you have 1 job, the new baby. A little overwhelming?
Yeah.
Okay. So what you both need to do is to talk more about it. You really don't want sex, because every time you push at him for sex, he gets pushed back, right? What you need to say is, I want you to tell me that you still love me for me. Do you?
Yes, I do very much.
Then tell her that. Tell her that and touch her.
I love you very much, and you are very beautiful, and I always want you no matter what.
Rachel, do you feel beautiful?
Not really, because he looks at other girls that don't look like me at all. They're like this thin.
Okay. You know why men do that? Because we've done a terrible job to everybody, and you know this well too.
Oh,
Ricki.
yeah, with the magazines.
Oh my
and the
God!
models
What
and
we have, I'm going to apologize to every man here and say I'm sorry that we did that to you. We did it horribly to women too. But I'm sorry we gave you these pictures to make you think that's what women are supposed to look like. That's not true. And now it's your responsibility to get those pictures out of your mind and to look at your women and to realize that. Forrest Gump told me a great thing. Sexy is as sexy does, not as sexy looks.
All right,
So
good
know
advice,
that.
good advice.
Know that.
We'll be back with more advice. We all need it. Don't go away. Introduce Susie Landolfi, who's been so helpful throughout the show. Susie, you've heard all the stories going on here. What can you say in general, to all pregnant women and their lovers?
Right. Well, for everybody here and for all of us, we really are talking about self-esteem and lack of self-esteem. And you know what else we're talking about? Every bit of anger that comes out of your mouth and your heart comes from fear. Alex, you're terrified right now. You're terrified of being pregnant so young. You're terrified that he doesn't really love you. You don't really like yourself enough. You never got to build that self-esteem for yourself, did you, Alex?
No.
No, you didn't. So no matter what he does, you don't believe it yet, Alex, because you don't believe it in yourself yet. And please remember that because we have said that women are supposed to be thin, when women get pregnant, they think they're fat, and they're not fat. You are supposed to gain some fat. That's healthy. And the same for you. Give me your first name, Michelle. Melissa. Melissa, the same thing for you. Your anger is from your fear. You're also terrified, aren't you? Did you plan this pregnancy? Did you try? Okay. Then you're terrified.
So it's not raging hormones?
No, well, it is raging hormones, but that's too easy to keep saying it's raging hormones. Your hormones will make it worse, but it doesn't create it. What happens is that you have fear anyway. The hormones just make it worse.
All right.
So your responsibility is to help get rid of your fear. That's your responsibility.
And be good to Lonnie. Larry. Yes.
Larry, it's Lonnie.
That's Lonnie. Don't worry about Lonnie. Worry about Larry. Yes.
First of all, I'd like to say to Larry, that's really, I felt the compassion between you two, and that's wonderful. Compared to the other couples, you have to understand that all of you should love one another, because you will be bringing children into the world. And if the children sees daddy yelling at mommy,
or cheating on mommy.
Yes, abusive language or anything like that, the kids, it'll carry over to the kids, and that's, no good.
Why don't we do a thing right here, right now? We make an agreement, and I'll make it, Ricki, all of us here. Raise your hand, everybody, right hand. Everybody here. I promise to never call my best friend.
To never call my best friend.
A name.
A name.
Or to swear at them.
Or to swear at them.
Swear at them. I promise with all your heart. Now kiss each other and seal that. That's a promise. You never break your promise. Ever break your promise. You don't have that right.
Sounds good.
Richard, do you want to tell everybody what you're going to be doing very shortly about your job? Are you not going to be looking for a job? Did that not hurt
I
your...
work right now.
You work right now, but you didn't for a while, right?
Well, I was in a situation where I couldn't work.
Right. So where did your self-esteem go?
Well, I guess I lost my self-esteem when I was where I was at. You know what I'm saying? I came home, you know.
Yeah. But you're going to try real hard to be good to that woman.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I am going to be.
He's going to have to, because I don't have long to go, and you better watch out.
Yes.
To my man right here, take advice from this guy right here. And to Melissa, you should go home tonight, get on your knees and pray to the Lord that you got this guy in your life that really cares about you in this time of need. Because a lot of men, when they hear those words from their lady, I'm pregnant, they just take off. You should be glad he's standing by your side. So think about that.
That's right. Larry, you okay, Larry? Larry, you okay? Is this all this attention getting to you? Well, okay, I heard it. Do you know what that bell means? That means it's time for Audience Color of the Day. Let's take a look at who won.
You have some nerve to call her Darth Vader. It was Mrs. Goodbar when you was getting it, right?
Suppose she called you Bar None or Nothing Honey. She would be in that position she's in now.
Look at this beautiful trophy you won. You can see yourself in it. What's your name?
Barbara from the Bronx.
Barbara! How do you feel right now?
I feel good because today's my birthday and I'm celebrating. Thank you, Ricky.
All right, happy birthday. You deserve it. We'll be right back after this. Don't go away. That having a baby changes your life in a big way, but it doesn't have to mean the end of romance with your partner. I hope my guests take the time to think about what their partners have said here today and treat their concerns as their own. Hopefully when we check in with you guys later down the road, we'll find you in a happier place and with one healthy new addition to each of your families. Thanks, guys. Good luck to you all. And thank you at home for watching. See you next time. Promotional fees have been paid by the following.